Hey there, welcome to Kitty Witty Papercraft. My name is Amy, and in this video I am going to be doing a flip through of these 9 Kittydori junk journals that will be available in my Etsy shop tomorrow, Sunday, September 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll put a link to my Etsy shop in the description box below with all the details. And I'm calling this collection Pajama Party. So this was inspired by my love of vintage nightgowns, housecoats, and robes. So I've been collecting vintage sewing patterns for a little while that are patterns for nightgowns and robes and housecoats. And this is the collection here. And this also inspired my first digital printable collection. So just a few weeks ago, I put this in my shop, and this was developed exclusively for my shop, for Kitty Witty Papercraft, by Catherine of KB & Friends. So Catherine is the owner of KB & Friends, and she designed this collection for me exclusively for my shop. So you can't buy this at KB & Friends, just at my shop. And this collection is called Pajama Party, and I just wanted to show you the images. So you get 7 sheets. So these are 8.5 by 11 sheets, and I'll show you all the images on each one. You also get these images as individual files, so individual images. So you can, take and pick from the different images and create your own layout. So if you have questions about digital printables, just ask me. But sometimes I will take the individual images and import them into a program. And honestly, I just use Microsoft Word. Some people use Photoshop or something like that. Sometimes I use Canva. I love Canva. But just if I want to print something out that are individual images for like a junk journal, I will just place all the images individually on a Word document and print it out like that. So you have all these images individually, because you might not want to use all the images on one single page. Sometimes you might want one image from one page and another image from another page, and kind of make your own page so you're not wasting ink and paper. So here are the images. So there are journaling cards. So these are different shapes, and these can be printed out and cut out and used for tuck spots, or you could use these as journaling cards. So you write on the back of them. You could make these little pockets. You could turn them into little shakers. So I love this size of printable. So that's one page. And these are just really cute. They all feature ladies and girls and just kind of real kind of girly things. These are little bobby pins and hairnet and little barrettes and things. And I'm really proud of this collection because it features women of color in it. And it's really hard to find women of color in vintage, like authentic vintage. So sometimes we have to create our own, and that is the beauty of digital printables. We can, take that style that we love, the vintage style, and kind of make it more relevant to today. And so that's one of the things I love about digital printables, and something I'm hoping to do more of, because it is really difficult to find vintage images in books and magazines and things like that of people of color. And that's really important for me to include in what I sell. So these two are, I think, 4x6. So there's different sizes, and this is like a little magazine cover. This is like a little poster. So they come in different sizes, so you can do different things with them. This one's neat because it's got the little tabs. So when you cut this out, you can score the edges and fold them back. You can make it into a pocket or a little box. You can use this as a shaker. Sometimes I will cut the little windows out and make it a shaker and fill it with sequins and confetti. I love these little records. So they're just fun little die cuts, things you can use to decorate your pages. There's some cute little word art in here, and some ladies, and there's also little girls in here too. So everyone is wearing some kind of nightwear. These fun little tags that are already done for you. They would be cute to add to journal on the back, where you could make a tag flip and just combine these with other different tags, different sizes and things. And then here's some of those ladies. So, and some little girls too. So all different sizes and colors and things. So this collection of printables that I'm calling Pajama Party are in my shop now. And to celebrate our little collection here, I'm calling this a Pajama Party in my Etsy shop this Sunday night. So in addition to these journals, I'm going to put this collection of printables on sale for 20% off. So that's open to anyone shopping in my Etsy shop this Sunday, and it's just a one-day sale. So the sale on the printables will be all day Sunday. I'm going to turn the coupon code on in my shop. You actually won't even need a coupon code. I'm just going to set the sale to be 20% off all day Sunday, and that will end at midnight on Sunday. So just wanted to share that with you. And I think the first thing I'll do is share the ephemera that's going to be with each of these journals. So each one of these journals is on the simpler side. They don't have any trims on them. And the ephemera, I usually put like inside the journal and place it throughout the journal. Let me zoom out a little bit here. I am packing up into a pack for you. So there's lots of different pieces of vintage ephemera that you'll get packed like this. And I'm going to show you all the individual pieces in just a minute. And I'm also going to include one of my packs of, here, let me get the thing too. I am not good at doing the, I don't know why. I can't ever get the up close to be clear. I don't know. I can't get my camera to do that. I think it's because I don't have my hand behind it. So anyway, you'll get a pack of retro lingo word stickers, as well as a little milk cap die cut. This is from Pretty Little Studio. Now I'm out of focus again. There we go. And a die cut from my Kitschy Friends die cut packs. So all of these will be packed like this, and then each journal is going to be wrapped in vintage sewing pattern tissue and all packaged up really nicely. So let me show you the ephemera that comes with each journal. So all the journals will have the same ephemera. There are a few pieces that will vary because they're vintage, so they're one of a kind. The three pieces that'll vary are these neat little packages I got, and they're all different either shoulder straps or bra back repair kits, and they're new old stock, so they've never been opened. And I love vintage packaging. Just the graphics on them are so awesome, and they all front and back just have really neat colors and designs on them. So you can use these just for fun, like a little bookmark almost in your journals. I love taking the holes that are in them because they were made to be hooked on a rack, a display rack in a store. And that is perfect for adding ribbons and things too, to make a tag. So it can be like a tag bookmark for your journals. So depending on which journal you get, and the photos will all be on Etsy of which pieces come with which one, but that's going to vary a little bit in each kit. And the other thing that's going to vary is this playing card. It's the exact same image, but I have these in pink and like a pink border, and then I also have this card with a turquoise or like aqua border, so that will vary. And then each journal is going to have one of these blank postcards, these post-it notes, and the image will be one of these three images because I have three of each of these images on the postcards. So your journal will have one of those. Then everything else will be the same. So there'll be one of these awesome Briar Rose syrup labels. They're hard to find, so I really love these. And when I can grab them, I definitely do. Monopoly money. Like I said, one of the postcards, and I was playing around with this and it's kind of out of order here. So there's three colorful bingo cards. These make great pockets and little collage backgrounds, a vintage seed packet, There'll be 2 library cards, blue and white, a While You Were Out sheet, and these are all great. All these pieces are either for decorative purposes or for like a pocket or for journaling on. This is a weekly offering vintage envelope from 1955. So all the dates are different, but they're all from 1955. And I loved clipping these to the edge of a page, and just, you know, you can store some ephemera in here or some little hidden journaling. Vintage index card. This is the other card with the aqua border on it. Love that little image of the girl and the kitten. And one of these bra back packages. And an alterations card that has lots of lines on it. And 3 sets of tickets in these colors. I love this blue color. Blue, pink, and white. And you can just, you know, use them as is, all attached. Or you could just take each one and separate it. They're all perforated. And add them to like the edges of your pages to have like a little tab sticking out. I like using them that way. Just pretend, you know, there's just one there, or you could have all 3 coming out like that. I like that too. They can peek out at the top of your journal, or you can use them just in little clusters that you make on your pages. And then a vintage skating rink tag, and a merchandise coupon, and a price tag. So those are all the pieces of ephemera. So you have everything you need to get started with these journals, to decorate and to journal on. So I'm just going to quickly go through each of these because I have 9 journals here, and I don't want to describe every single page in these. They all pretty much have the same types of pages in them. They're all from like the same books mostly. Obviously, because they're vintage pages, each page is different. They're one of a kind, but they're all from pretty much the same books. Like every single journal has a page from a vintage Sears catalog from 1958, and they all feature some kind of nightwear. So every journal has that. So this is the first one, and the backs of all of them. Let me show you the fronts of all of them first, and then I'll do a flip through. And all of them will also be tied with pink gingham fabric. So there's this one. Let's see. Okay, make sure you can see everything well. Some of them feature little girls, like these first 3 here. Some of them are simplicity, some are macaws. Some feature ladies. This one's fun. These are all from either the 50s or the 60s. One. I love this one. I love her robe. And then the backs of all of them have some kind of decorative washi on them. So just kind of fun, and they're all kind of sparkly. So this washi up here has like a little holographic detail to it. And this is glitter washi. And it just picks up the colors from the front. So each one's in a different spot, and it partly has to do with the condition of the journal or the sewing pattern envelopes. So, you know, none of them, because they're so old, none of them are perfect. So they have like little, you know, cracks in the paper sometimes, or sometimes there's a little tear. And I repair that from the inside, so it's not open at all. But sometimes I will also go on top and add some little bits of washi. So that one is a little bit on the front and then on the back. So just a little sparkle. And this one had a lot of damage right here on the envelope. So I added a little birdhouse sticker there. And it kind of coordinates with the colors on that journal. Washi can do lots of wonders on these journals. And if you are interested in how to make these, I'm actually going to have a class. My next online class is going to be on how to make these. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Because we're getting ready to go into the holidays, I want to be realistic, and probably the class will be out the beginning of next year. So I'm hoping for January. So I'll be sharing more details about that if you're interested. So all these journals are made with Maggie Holmes papers. So they're different papers, scrapbook papers throughout each one. And like I said, the vintage pages are from similar books, similar ledger pads, but they're all a little bit different because they are vintage and one of a kind. They all feature a greeting card in them. Some of them are pockets. I love this page. All the fun little undies. I'll show you the back side of that page. I wish they made underwear like that still. They all have an envelope, so you have an extra pocket, and it's a vintage envelope, so it has really neat patina and aging to it. All of them have a page in the center that has 2 pockets on either side, and that's from one of my Simplicity counter catalogs. And there's ledger paper, cookbook pages, sewing binder pages, typewriter textbook. Here's the other side of those undie pages. Page from the Sears catalog. Isn't that cute with like the little days of the week? And then the side has like little embroidery and things. So I don't know. I think that's kind of fun. So lots of room to journal. You could turn this side into a pocket if you want. I left it open. So lots of color and vintage pages in there. So there's that one. And this one, I love the cover of this one, the little quilted robe and little coat. And she's holding a little white kitten. Hopefully you can see that. And the cute little rose on there. That's really sweet. It's like a little thing that you could embroider on the pocket for that one. So I just want to flip through each one. So if you are interested in one of these, you can kind of know in advance which one you might want to keep your eye out for, because they will all list at the same time at exactly 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in my Etsy shop. And each one of these was sewn with waxed linen thread and a different color. So either this like pink color or a turquoise color. So these are super colorful. And they can really be used for any occasion. So, you know, there's not tons and tons of references to pajamas in here. It's just that Sears catalog page and, of course, the cover. And I just think they're just really sweet. And, of course, it's got all my favorite colors, pink and aqua, predominantly in all of these. I love this cover also. She's holding a kitten also and a little glass of milk. So the inside covers of all of these are all Maggie Holmes papers, as well as the inside scrapbook papers. There's another card. It's got a little detail on the inside, and it also has glitter on it. And it's also got, I don't know if you can see this, there's like silver foiling all around the edges of this card and then glitter on top here and here. Love, love, love those cards. I only have a few of those left. Love the images on this one too and the colors. Probably moving forward, most of my journals are going to be kits. I'm never sure, like, if people are, if they know how to make journals. A lot of people that buy from me do know how to make them, but some just want to buy them. So I'm hoping having some courses available that show you how to make them, you'll be able to put them together yourself. And honestly, with the kits, I have all the pages like picked out, coordinating with the covers, and the covers are already made in the kits for these. So it's really just a matter of sewing them together. And these are really simple to sew. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I can do a simple tutorial on that. I did do a tutorial in my Facebook group showing how to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch that I use for these. And you don't have to know how to sew to do that. You just basically poke 3 holes and There's just a certain pattern that you follow to do the stitching, but it's really simple. So I think really anybody could learn how to do the sewing. All right, so I'll do a flip through of this one here. I love the pages from this little songbook. The pages are so sweet. Colors and the images. This one is another one that's glittered, but it's like a matte glitter, so it's not really shiny, but so pretty. It's got that detail on the inside also. It's funny, I was recording this video, and this is actually the second video for the second half, because I ran out of battery and didn't realize it until I was done, completely done, like doing the whole video. That happens sometimes. So I can't remember like what I shared in the like first part versus this part here that I'm redoing. Like, what did I say that I want to make sure I say again, because I was recording without actually the battery being on, so it wasn't actually recording. So I hope I don't forget anything. So this one here, this is the one that has a little sweet little Maggie Holmes sticker from, what collection is that? I think that's from Willow Lane. Yeah. So all the papers are from either Willow Lane or Carousel or Chasing Dreams. This is another one that has a card that has lots of glitter on it. And I'm going to close this side in and make that a pocket. And it's got this really pretty detail on the inside of the card too. I love vintage greeting cards. That's probably my favorite vintage ephemera. They're just perfect for adding it as a page. Just, it's got different texture and the illustrations, and you can close them in if you're lucky enough to have those ones that, you know, fold, and you can make them into pockets. They're great for extra journaling on. You can take a card and just slip it into a pocket. It doesn't even have to be a page, but you can just slip it into a pocket, and then you have an extra place to do some hidden journaling. So I really, really love vintage cards, and like the font styles of the writing are so awesome. Some have more detail than others. I always leave the back side of the card open so you can cut the top if you want, and then you'll have all these extra pages inside, or you could close it and make it another pocket, but I want to leave that as an option for the person that owns this journal. Okay, 4 more to go. I love her nightgown and that print on that nightgown. Like I said, all of these are going to be tied with gingham fabric. I just didn't put the ties on them, so I don't have to fuss with that for the video. But they will all be closed with that fabric bow. And I can't remember if I said this in the first part of the video or if it was in the second part that didn't get recorded, but all of these journals are sewn with waxed linen thread that's either turquoise or pink. So I used a colored thread for this collection. Sometimes I just use a neutral thread, but they come in all different kinds of colors. Oh, and then the envelope flaps. Each journal has a vintage envelope in it, and I like to add pages, so you can add like 2 extra pages to your journal just using pages that you have. You can use a junior elf book or just, you know, any kind of paper that you want to attach to the flaps, so the flap doesn't get you know, not used, and it's kind of small, so you can't really, I mean, you could write on it like a little quote or something. That would work. You could also tack it down and have it be a pocket against another page, but that's just another option for you, is if you want to add more pages to your journal, you can attach it on the other side of that envelope. This one has some purples in it. So the pages in this one are from Maggie Holmes' Willow. This is Willow Lane. Yeah, this is a Willow Lane collection too. I love this card. There's foiling on it, and I turned this into a pocket here. It's got this gorgeous illustration on the other side of this card. I'm going to miss this card. I think this one is so pretty. Yes, sometimes it is hard to part with ephemera, but I have learned that there's always more to come, and whatever else comes is just as beautiful. Now, there are some things I do save. If there's something like super, super special, like this card here, I have a box of cards, and there were other, every single one is different, but there were other images that were also really awesome. So I will hold on to a few of those for my personal collection, but I really like to put my best stuff in the journals that I sell. So it's just something I've decided to do, and like I said, there's always more to come. I feel like the more you give, the more comes back to you, and I have found that to be so true. Okay, 2 more journals here. So I just wanted you to be able to see if anyone's interested in buying one of these. I have to close this side of the card in, but that'll be a pocket. It's got that really beautiful inside too. It's all glittered. But I just wanted to show every journal so you can kind of, if you're interested in one of these, know ahead of time which one you are interested in, because they will all go up for sale at the same moment. So I have them like set in advance to all publish at the exact same time. And I know sometimes that people will come in to a restock, and they'll come in early to my shop, and I know they've found this with other sellers too, and you refresh your page and you never see the journals. And I do want to mention this because I get questions every single time I have a restock, if it's something that sells out, and people will say, well, I never even saw the journals in your shop. And this doesn't happen every time, but when it does happen, I usually have people ask me about that. And they, like I said, they all publish at the same moment. And I think it just has to do with, because this happens to me also, like on Instagram especially, you keep like refreshing and it gets claimed before you even see it yourself. And you said, well, how can that be? And I think it just has to do with internet connections, internet speeds, and just the first person that grabs it, it's sold. So you may or may not even see it on your end, but it just showed up on their device before yours and it was grabbed. So that is frustrating, I know. And I don't know what the secret is to that, so I don't know. The only thing you can do is just like be there in advance and be refreshing your page and do the quickest checkout option that you can. So I think like instead of adding it to your cart and then going to checkout, do a buy, I think on Etsy, I should know this, but I'm forgetting off the top of my head, where you can just buy it now. I think there's a button that lets you just go straight to the checkout instead of adding it to your cart first, and that saves a little bit of time. So seconds kind of matter on Etsy when there's, and same with like Instagram. So when it's something where multiple people might be trying to buy the same thing, seconds do matter. So that's just the nature of that. So, like I said, all of these journals will be in my Etsy shop tomorrow, Sunday, September 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put a link to that in my description box below. Every journal will be wrapped really nicely in vintage sewing pattern paper and will come with all the ephemera I shared with you and this pack of word stickers and a doily and 2 die cuts, a little milk cap and a Kitschy Friend die cut. And just as a reminder, this digital collection, Pajama Party, is going to be available for 20% off tomorrow only in my shop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an awesome weekend. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you guys really soon. Take care.